it's really not that fast. Actually, it's an incredibly slow car, but I guess that's why we have Nitro Boost. Whoa! Okay. I'll take back what I was saying about it being too slow, because apparently it can be launched into the sky. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, and we're actually going to be looking at some mods today. It feels like ages that I've done a mod video on this channel. I've actually got a huge list of mods. I've just been trying to get round to doing them, and I figured I would start off with these small collection of mods because very recently, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you may have seen this. There was a video posted up by GTA Wise Guy that featured the Tuners and Outlaws DLC trailer for GTA 5 Online, and it looked completely real. At first, I started watching this and I was thinking, oh yeah, that is going to be an amazing update. There's going to be some awesome cars. There was some really cool looking cars that I'd never seen before in the trailer, and there was some cool little like mode things as well as like police chasing and stuff. It just looked absolutely amazing. And then I realised that actually it wasn't real, and that the cars were all just mods. And in fact, I believe that the cars shown were actually made by GTA Wise Guy, which is absolutely amazing. I wished I could do stuff like that for me to make something similar, but sadly, I can't. But he has made them available to download for use in single player on GTA, and I figured I would actually check them out in today's video. But before all of that, there's going to be some comments and questions on the screen. If you would like your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comments section below. I'm going to pick some at random. They should be featured at the start of the next video. And also don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter if you want pictures of me and posting whatever the usual stuff is I post on Twitter. Pictures of Pokemon card things that I open, pictures of my car, you know, all that sort of stuff. You can find out my Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below. Okay, so this car I'm driving, you might be wondering what it is. Oh God, I messed up. Let's just change the view here. So this is a Karuma, but if you look to the side, this isn't your usual Karuma. Let me just, whoop. You might notice that it's missing a couple of doors. This is because it is a two-door coupe. Oh dear. Whoa! Wait, who are they shooting at? Me or? I think they were shooting at that person to start off with, and then it turned out to be shooting at me. Whoa, that was a nice bit of action for the start of the video. So you may recognize this as a four-door car. In fact, actually, oh, it's okay. You can see where the doors used to be, but this has been turned into a two-door model. Now, this wasn't put into the Tuners and Outlaws DLC video that you would have seen, but you may have noticed in one of my recent videos that I did of all the cool sort of like cars that could easily be in a future DLC video. There is a guy that makes all these amazing different versions of cars that are already in GTA, and he made this one, which I thought would be a nice thing to start off the video with, as it's like a concept version of a car that could be in that DLC as well. So I thought I'd include it. So we're going to start off with this one and then move on to the two cars that were featured in that Tuners and Outlaws video for those of you that have seen it. Okay, so we definitely need to repair this because we've made a right mess of this one. There we go. So this is, of course, supposed to look like the Evo 10, but it's a two-door version, which I guess is something that it's, you know, this car was already in. Having a two-door version makes it a sportier version, a nice little coupe version. This is something that could easily have been made by a Rockstar. It's just so simple. Right, so I'm just going to go very quickly. So we have bumpers, we've got front, then we've got this nice little lip, then we've got a secondary colour version and the carbon. Very basic. I'm going to go for the carbon kit on this one. We'll go for some engine tuning, but we don't really need to worry about that. So we have the stock exhaust, then we have the oval exhaust, then we have the race exhaust, which has got that sort of burnt look to it, and then we have the chrome tip. I'm going to go for the oval exhaust because I think that looks pretty nice. On the horn, we don't need to worry about that. Lights is just going to be neons and headlights. We'll go for some xenons, why not? Plate's going to be the same, respray colour. Let's just change this to a nicer, brighter colour so we can see it a bit better here. There we go, we'll go for a nice classic red. Secondary colour will change to graphite black. Mind you, it was already graphite anyway, so just leave it at that. Roll cage, it has a roll cage that works and fits just nicely. I don't know if this is the same size as the original Karuma. It might be a little shorter. It does look a bit shorter, but I might be wrong, and they might have just melded in the doors and nothing else, but I'm not entirely sure. But the roll cage does fit and looks great. So we're bunging that in. Then we have skirts. All these skirts fit as well. I'm going to go for the carbon. We either have that one or we have this design. I'm going to go for that one in carbon. Then we have the spoiler selection. So we have, oh dear, it's actually keeping the other spoiler. I have a feeling that might have been added as an extra. Hang on, let me just get rid of this. Okay, so hopefully if everything's right, if I just go to the menus mod, go to vehicle options, vehicle, menus customs, and then we go down to extras, I reckon we might just have these. Yeah, it had the spoiler as an extra instead of a mod. Okay. Actually, it looks really nice without the spoiler, to be fair. It actually looks really nice, but let's just jump back in. Okay, so now we should be able to see the spoilers. So we have the secondary color, then we have that one, which is a carbon wing, then we have the color-coded wing, the carbon wing type 2, and the GT wing. This seems to be, I believe this is all what the Karuma originally had. The only difference is this is a two-door version. I'm just going to go for a nice basic thing here. I'm just going to go for that carbon wing right there. We're also going to knock that suspension down, and we just do all this, and I guess we'll just leave the wheels as they are because they actually look pretty nice. Actually, before we go to the next car, let's just give this a little listen to. It's pretty much like the original Karuma, but I haven't really driven this car around all that much. Quite a nice sounding car. That was a nice, that was some nice airtime he got right there. Yeah, it sounds pretty nice, looks pretty nice. Definitely something that Rockstar could add or change or tweak in the future for a different version of the Karuma if they wanted a coupe version. It's all pretty good, but I know what you guys want to see. You want to see the two cars that were added in the Tuna and Outlaws DLC trailer video. So let's move on to them. Okay, so here's the first one. This is the Comet. Now, you might recognize this car, but something's changed. It's a little bit subtle. Maybe you won't notice it at first. No, wait, of course you'll notice it. It's these bloody huge wheels that are sticking out the side of this. And there's a reason that the wheels are sticking out. That's because there's supposed to be a body kit to go with it. But at the moment, it looks like some sort of crazy Carlos Fandango thing.
Be the king of the road with these Carlos Fandango super wide wheels.
It actually looks kind of crazy and mental, like some sort of strange off-road car. In fact, can these wheels be changed? I want to see what this looks like with off-road wheels on. Let's just go to menus, customs right here instead of going all the way to the thing. Let's go for wheels. Let's go for some off-road wheels. Chrome. Aha. So we can't change the designs of the wheels then. Right. I guess we'll just leave that as stock. Well, I guess we might as well just go over to menus customs, and I'm going to tune this thing up, and you're going to see why the wheels are sticking out this much. It does look absolutely amazing, trust me, even if it does look a bit weird now. Right, let's go to menus customs and build the best Comet you will ever see. Okay, here we are, and straight away we have the selection for bodywork. It's the arch extensions. Here we go, look at this. This is what makes the wheels make sense. This is supposed to be like a raw Weltbegriff style Porsche. But it's actually called something a little bit different, which is something I like as well, because obviously Rockstar wouldn't use raw Weltbegriff. They would use something, you know, probably like a innuendo or something like that. And they have done the same. I will probably get to that further down. Yes, I guess we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's just look at the bumpers first of all. So we have the front stock bumper. Then we have the one with the canards right there. And then we have the big one with the canards, which goes with the full wide arch thing. That looks amazing. I'm going to have to go with that. On the engine, let's just go for level 4 anyway, just so we can get a nice little sound and speed test at the end. Exhaust, we have the stock. Then we... Oh my god. Okay, that is comedically large. And again... It's something that I get Rockstar would probably do. We have to remember that Rockstar didn't make this, but it's like something that they could make. You know what I mean? Every time I say this, I feel like no one's going to understand what I'm saying, but I think you guys know what I'm saying right now. So let's just go for that, because it looks ridiculous. Horn, we don't need to worry about lights. There's going to be neons and stuff. We won't worry about any of that. Plates. Let's just go for a dark plate like that. Respray. Now, I want to make this in matte black. That's supposed to look like the Stella Artois Royal Weltbegriff Porsche, which is probably one of my favourite Porsches. I'm not even going to tell you what type of Porsche it is because I know nothing about Porsches. I just know that I like them. But the matte black one, one of the most famous ones, is definitely my favourite. And I think that was the one that they used on Need for Speed, I think. So I'm going to make mine black to go with that one. Secondary colour, what have we got in secondary? What is that? Ah, that's the wheel colour. Aha! Okay, so we want gold on this one then. In fact, let's just go to metals then. There we go. Should we go for brushed gold? Or, mind you, they both look the same. Brushed gold probably looks a little bit better. Although that is kind of... I was going to say there's a bit too gold, but actually I think that gold is very close to what it is in the real life version, so I'm going to go for that. On the roll cage, we have... There we go. Aha, look. This is where it is. As soon as we add the roll cage, we also get this bit. It's called the rough world, which is it's close to Royal Vilpagriff, but of course it's got to be different for, you know, GTA's sake. This is so awesome. I think GTA Wise Guy, if you do watch this video, you've done an amazing job on this. This is absolutely awesome. I love this sort of stuff. Yes, of course, let's just go for the roll cage. Spoiler, what have we got? We've got the stock. Oh, look at this. We've got the high level spoiler and the holy shit GT wing. Look at the size of that. Oh god, yeah, the sort of the it's just the over the topness is something that I get Rockstar would probably take away from this car because it's supposed to have really wide arches and everything else. So again, this is just like something that Rockstar would put in if they made this as an actual DLC. I think this is a bit too much for this car. I want it to look cool, so I'm going to go for just this one, which I say just this one, it's still pretty mental anyway. Then we have suspension. We can knock that down, maybe. Oh, there is a bit of a gap, very small.
Now that's gonna be a
Then we have transmission,
ride.
race transmission, turbo tuning, and the wheels, of course, that we can't change. Windows, I'll just go for a light smoke. And there we go. Look at this. This thing is absolutely amazing. It's even got the tire lettering as standard, so we didn't need to put that in, so it didn't matter that we can't change the wheels. But there we are. Look at this. What a gorgeous looking car. Absolutely amazing. Let's just stick my finger down and whoa! God, okay, it's a bit slippy. Let's get a bit of engine sound going. God damn, that's quick. Look at the size of those exhausts. It looks fucking mental. Okay, so whilst we're here, let's talk about a couple of the other things that were featured in that video that were supposed to look like features, which were the fact that you could do wheelies with cars and the fact that you had cars with proper nitro systems. So thankfully we actually have trainers that pretty much do all this sort of stuff anyway. So if we go into menus, customs right here, we go to vehicle options, and if we scroll down, there should be an option for nitro boost. Well, in this one it's called race boost on horn. So if we select this, now when I use the horn, we should get a massive nitro boost. There we go. Look at that. Oh god, actually had a bit of lag there. I thought my computer was going to crash. Almost. We're still good. Here we go. Actually, let's just go into this mode. I'm going to go nitro across the bridge. Whoa. Okay, okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, 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 okay. That was too much. I don't know what the hell that happens. So, where the hell's the bridge? Hang on, let's just... I want to see how far the bridge is from where we are. What? Hang on, it was that bridge there. Oh, okay, we shot all the way out that road. That was insane. I reckon we could probably take off from that. Oh my god, you can see the front is really sort of bent and twisted. Let's try and see how far. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. This is mental, this is mental, this is mental. Oh wow, I really want to take this somewhere where I can just have a massive, huge... Hang on, where's the speedo for this? Okay, let's just turn the speedo on. Right here, I'm going to sit this into metric so we can actually understand what we're reading. Let's see, I want to do a speed test. So let's actually go further outfield and do a speed test with this. Okay, so here we are on what is probably the best place to do a high speed run. Let's just see how much we get as normal. I'm going to see just, it's probably going to top up very soon. Okay, I think we're topping out now at around 125 maybe. No, 121, 122, 120. It's actually starting to go down. Right, now let's use the boost once we get onto this straight, because I think steering is going to be a bit of a challenge. Let's go. Oh my god. Whoa, 334 miles an hour. And we've flown that. Oh my god. Wow, did you just see that fly up in the distance? I don't want it to despawn, so I'm going to try and go. There we go. Managed to get back to it in time. It's a bit upside down. Do you know what? I think we're going to have to spawn in another one. And actually, now that I've spawned this in, if I go to menus customs, we can actually sort of like modify it all in one go. So let's just go to auto upgrade. Oh, there we go. That's pretty nice looking. That's how it looks, just auto upgrading it. It didn't actually have that many parts, but it did have some interesting parts. And now we've got the big, massive wing. Here we are. Ooh. Oh, actually, this had a custom horn on it as well. Okay, come on. Get back. There we go. Yeah, the steering sort of, we're going so fast that we can't really... Whoa! My God.
Oh, crap.
God damn. Still on 4 wheels, though. We're still good. Actually, I'm going to go against the grain of traffic this time. And I'm going to run this guy over. Woo! Oh my God, it's hard to control. Okay, I'm going to try and combine this, but I think that 300 and something miles an hour is probably the maximum that this game will allow us to do. So let's go to repair vehicle. I'm going to go to menus customs, and I'm just going to turn this stuff up like this. And we should actually get what is probably similar to that nitro, but without the nitro. Let's see. This is no nitro. There we go. Yeah, it's now going to go stupidly fast. Up to 200 miles an hour. There we go. Actually, we're definitely not going to get to the 300. We're getting to like 229, 230, 231, 233. Oh, God. 237, 240. Actually, it does change when you... Whoa! I should probably have played as Franklin. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Okay, let's just repair this vehicle again. It's still on fire, but that's just because we're going so fast. Of course. Right, I'm going to try and use nitrous just around this corner. But I don't think we're going to beat that max speed. Here we go. Now. Yeah, 335 seems to be the maximum speed. That was awesome. Right, let's move on to the last car then and stop dicking about with all this stuff. Okay, and here is the last car. And now I'm going to say that I've saved the best till last because I was most impressed with this because I don't actually recognize this car from the GTA series. I might be wrong. This does look something that could have possibly been in GTA 4, but for the life of me, I can't remember. I can't remember seeing a car like this, and this is why this is the most exciting to me, because the first car that we looked at is supposed to be like the Evo 10 that they added in this game, but this, from the front, seems more like the Evo 7, which is a really nice addition to the game. And I believe that there's some nice tuning things that we can do to this. So let's take this over to Los Santos Customs. Let's see what we can do to it. Okay, and on the way here, I did notice that the top speed didn't really go that far over 100. So in standard form, this is actually a pretty slow car. But I think that might just be because this is based on the Sultan and this isn't actually an add-on car. So I guess it's all just based on the Sultan. So let's just go for bumpers. Front bumpers, we have stock. Then we have this nice little custom front splitter. And then we have this completely mad looking body kit with all these sort of like things sticking out the canards, sticking out the side and everything like that. And a big intercooler. So I'm going to go for that one. On the rear bumper, we have the stock. Then we have the big massive diffuser. So I'll go for that one. On the engine, it's all going to be level 4. And by the way, I should have actually shown this. I completely forgot. I'm going to open up the doors and stuff so you can look at the engine bays on all these cars. I'll do that at the end. Right, so exhaust, we have the stock. Then we have the titanium tuner exhaust, which is just massive. And for some reason, doesn't emit smoke. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Okay, so there's that. On the hood, we have the stock hood. Then we have the double vented hood, the carbon hood, the carbon vented hood, and the carbon scoped hood, which actually also just has big, massive rally lights. So of course I'm going to go for this one. Actually, this isn't carbon, so I think those words are slightly wrong. Yeah, because that carbon hood actually didn't have any carbon on it at all. It's just that, then the carbon version, then the original one with big, massive rally lights on it. So I'm going to go for the one with the rally lights, of course. Lights, we can just go for xenons or whatever. It's not actually going to be lighting up those lights in the middle, sadly. Then we have the plate. Now, an interesting bit that I'm going to show you in just a minute is actually he's made the number plate fit on the front dashboard. So let me just go for this normal white one here. And if we go to roll cage, as soon as we select the roll cage, look at this. It also changes the color of the interior and it adds this cool little plate, which is something that I guess it happens in America, but obviously it wouldn't look like this. But in England, a lot of people do actually have their plates set up like this, especially if there's nowhere to really put it on the front. I believe it's not actually legal because you're supposed to have the number plate in front of the front wheels. I think that's the law. But a lot of people do it this way. And it's interesting that he's managed to cut away the number plate and just leave the writing. I thought that was a nice extra touch. It looked very sort of European style. Although I guess in America you probably could just stick the front plate in your window if it wouldn't fit. I don't know if you're allowed to do that though in America. Don't really know the law. But there we go. There's the roll cage. Then we have the roof, which has the sun strip. There we go. It's an odd looking textured sun strip. No writing, but still looking good. On the skirts, we have these custom skirts right here. And then on the spoilers selection, we have stock, as it is right now. Then we have this, the low-level spoiler. Then we have the high-level spoiler. And then we have what's actually not a GT wing. It's actually a tiny little ducktail. But I'm not sure how that looks with this. So I'm going to go for that one. Because I think that one looks quite like the original Evo one. Not completely, but similar. So we'll go for that one. On the suspension, we'll just lower that down to competition level. Transmission, race transmission, turbo tuning as standard. And I'm going to keep these wheels because they look awesome. I don't know, are they Compomotives? I'm not sure what brand wheels they are based on, but they're cool looking wheels. So we'll just keep it exactly as it is, and it's a very sort of hella flush fitment. Look at how close to the arches those wheels are sitting. That's some interesting looking stance right there. Okay, I'm going to go for windows and just go for light smoke. There we go. And actually, I didn't go around to changing the colour. I'm going to make this look the same colour as my car in real life, which I think actually looks quite similar to these, although that's actually brushed, so that probably won't work. Okay, right, let's just go for a normal classic. There we go. I guess that's as close as I'm going to manage with silver. Maybe shadow silver a little bit darker. Actually, that's kind of bluey. Actually, yeah, I think silver's probably what's closest matching to my car. So I'm going to keep it like that. Let's have a listen. It's actually very,
Ooh, too close.
not an exciting sound at all. And it's really not that fast, actually. It's an incredibly slow car. But I guess that's why we have Nitro Boost. Whoa! Okay. Okay. Right. I'll take back what I was saying about it being too slow, because apparently it can be launched into the sky. Oh, right. Okay, so apparently Nitro Boost actually just boosts it forward even when you're not attached to the ground. Look at that. I have not been up this high in this game for a long time. I'm just going to try and use this every time it's pointing up in the sky, just to make it even higher. Oh my god, you could even see almost like a curvature of the Earth. Good god, we've actually gone into space with this thing. Right, there is actually a couple more things I want to show you. I wanted to just open up the doors and the boot and stuff so we can look inside this. And we can look inside the Comet, which I think is probably going to be the same. And also the Karuma, which I believe has had a couple of extra details added. And then I'm going to show you one extra mod that is based on something that was in the Tuners and Outlaws trailer video. So I guess we just need to wait for us to land, which is actually going to happen any second now. Oh god, we're actually going to land in the river, aren't we? I might have to boost away from this because I don't want us to land in the river. There we go. Just a little bit more. Gentle landing.
What is this bullshit?
Nice. And drive away. Right, so the other mod that I want to show you that was featured in that video is this. It's the Wheelies mod. I've actually done a video on this before, but maybe you guys haven't seen it, so I'm going to put a link in the description. It's basically a mod that allows you to, when you set a wheel spin, you don't have to like, normally with these wheelie mods, you sort of have to like go into the files and change all the handling and stuff. And obviously you don't want every car to want to do wheelies and stuff, and that's just silly. So with this one, you do a bit of a wheel spin. When you let go, it launches and does a massive oh dear. It does a massive wheelie.
Oh, shit.
You can also change those settings so you can make it so it only does a wheelie if you've got an uprated engine. You can make it so that even if it's not uprated and it's a hot rod, it can do wheelies. You can make it so if it's got a wheelie bar, it can work with the wheelies again and make it stop from sort of tilting too far back. It's got all these really cool options, but I've just kept it standard just to show you guys this. Whoop, and I've run that guy over. Right, let's just fix this thing up and look under the bonnet. Okay, so here's the interior. This definitely looks very much like an Evo 7 interior. You can see that. We've also got a nitrous bottle down there and our roll cage. On the back, we've got some air suspension stuff here. Hock and Fart. Again, is that actually the brand that's already in GTA, or is that something that has just been made up? Because that's a pretty cool Rockstar style name. Under here, we've got a big massive HKS cone filter. And we've got a big Maibatsu thing that I guess that actually looks very similar to the 4G63 engine that you get in the Evo as well. Huh. Well, there you go. It's even got its own engine. That is a really awesomely detailed car. Let's just go look at the other cars that we've looked at then. Okay, so here is the second car, which I've just knocked over that. And the engine for this one is in the back. I've actually never noticed that before in the original Comet. I guess I've never looked under the bonnet. But the engine is in the back of this one. This is a rear-wheel drive air-cooled Porsche-style car. There's the interior, pretty much the same as it was in the Comet. And then we have the frunk at the front. I actually don't remember ever looking at the engine and stuff in the Comet, but I guess it was always supposed to have the engine in the back. It looks pretty awesome. Okay, and last up, we have the Karuma. So this is the interior, looking really nice. I can't remember what the Karuma originally had, but I'm pretty sure it didn't have red bucket seats. This looks pretty amazing. Also got a stick shift down there, manual gearbox, and the clutch and everything as well. Moving around to the back. Nothing in the boot. Pretty simple boot. God, this actually looks amazing. I've just set the auto upgrade on this. That's why it's got massive wing and stuff. Actually, it doesn't look that bad with these wheels either. Looks quite nice. And then round to the front, where they've actually transported in the 3D engine model from the Sultan RS, which is a pretty nice touch. So there we've got the twin-turbo 2.5 from the Sultan RS, which is a really nice addition to this car. So there we go, guys. That is it. I would love for you guys to let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite. Is it the Karuma? Is it the Maibatsu? Hang on, what's the name? What's the name? It's written on here. The Maibatsu Revolution SG-RX 2-litre Turbo F4, or do you prefer the Raw Weltbegriff? Actually, what is it called? It's called the Rough Weld. Do you like the Rough Weld Vista? Comment. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you would have modified them differently. Let me know all those sort of things in the comment section below. But that would be it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.